Hey guys, Happy New Year. I'm here to teach you today about CER. It stands for Claims, Evidence, and Reasoning. Oh, great, you can't see that. So, curiosity is going to lead you to a question. Just like we've talked before about when we're scientists and we make a hypothesis and we want to make sure that we can answer the question. The reason we're learning about a CER is because it helps us plan out our reasoning, and it helps us be more scientific and not just have an opinion. It's a lot like an opinion when you're writing, but it's a statement, and you're going to have evidence. The C is the claim. It's what you believe, and you say it in a statement. And then the E is the evidence, and you find that from the text or from a video or from scientific study. The R is reasoning, and that's explaining how the evidence supports the claim. So we're going to do one of these. There's my chart. Oh, it looks like it's backwards. Claim is the answer to the question. And you're going to respond in I think or I noticed. The evidence, you really need to have at least two pieces of proof. My proof is, or the data shows. Reasoning, explain how the evidence supports the claim. This happened because the reason for this is. So we're talking about, in science this week, does living in a group help animals survive? So we're going to do some passages. I'm going to start out with this one, and you need to have it too. It's about meerkats, and it says quickly, how do small animals protect themselves from fierce predators? They work together. Several meerkat families may form a community referred to as a mob. Meerkats are desert dwellers. They live in intricate underground tunnel systems called burrows. This allows them to stay safe from predators and stay cool on hot days. Meerkats begin each day by grooming and lying in the sun. The rest of the day is devoted to foraging for food, which means they're looking for food. While most of the meerkats are finding food, a few will serve as lookouts. They will watch the sky for birds of prey such as hawks and eagles. If a predator is spotted, the lookouts will let out a sharp, shrill call. This lets the others know to take cover. The meerkats will take turns being the guards so that everyone has an opportunity to forage. Meerkats have a varied diet and will eat insects, lizards, birds, and fruit. While hunting small game, they work together and communicate with purring sounds. Meerkats make a great team. So, you're going to have this sheet. Well, actually, it'll be this sheet. It'll be blank. But it's going to say, what do you observe about penguins or meerkats or the animal from the text? So I'm going to go through this one with you. So my question is, or our thought is, do animals benefit from living in groups? So my claim is going to be, well, I see that in this passage, it says they work together. It says meerkats make a great team. So I'm going to claim that yes, meerkats are benefiting from living in a group. Okay? Then it says, what's a question you have about your observations? How does it help meerkats to live in groups? Well, it helps them stay safe from birds of prey, such as hawks and eagles. It also helps them forage for food. It also helps them get their lizards and small insects and birds and fruit, because it says while hunting small game, they work together and communicate with purring sounds. Not sure how they do that, but it says in the article that they do it. Does it help all animals to live in groups? I don't know. It doesn't talk about a bunch of other animals in this, so that's something to think about. Do all animals that live in groups benefit in the same way? Well, that's another thing to think about as we read more about different animals. We'll see the answers to that. So the claim is, I think meerkats benefit from living in a group. What evidence in my passage supports that? Well, it says that a few serve as lookouts, and they will let out a sharp, shrill call if they see a predator. So that helps the others know that there are dangerous things happening, and they can take cover if they need to. It also says that they work together to communicate with purring sounds when they're hunting. So I guess that's some way of communicating. Maybe it's like, purr, come over here and look at this insect, or purr, that insect's coming your way. I don't know. I don't speak meerkat. But anyway, so that's what I'm looking at. So how does that animal benefit from living in a group? Well, and I just discussed that evidence. It keeps them safe. They can forage for their food without having to be constantly on the lookout for predators. Some are looking out for predators while others are not. And then it also helps them hunt for food. Okay? So, we've got another passage. It's about penguins. Emperor penguins. Okay? So, what you would do is you'll read this, and then on the same sheet of paper, it has a place for another animal, and you're going to think the same question and see if the claim is the same. Do emperor penguins benefit from living in a group? You can pause this right now and read your article, and then come back and we'll discuss it. So I'm going to just sit here for a minute like I'm paused. Okay, so if you start me back up, here we go. So in this article, it says that one method the male penguins use to maintain their body heat is called huddling. So I would say, how does the animal, which is the penguin, benefit from living in a group? They huddle together to help maintain their body heat. And I think that's the most important part. When penguins' chicks are ready to hatch, they use their beaks. That's not really have anything to do with living in a group. So I think the main reason that emperor penguins live in a group is because it helps them stay warm where they lay their eggs. And that's important. So that would be, I think that still supports my claim that animals benefit from living in a group. I've got two different kinds of proof, one about penguins and one about meerkats. You're going to do the same thing, and you're going to read an article about ants. And I think I have another article on the website also. So, if we were putting this into sentence form, I would say, I think animals benefit from living in a group. My proof is that penguins huddle together to have warmth so they don't freeze in the Arctic temperature. And meerkats will serve as lookouts to warn their fellow meerkats about other dangerous things that are happening. And I think the reason for this is that it's helpful for animals to live in a group. So we've got other fun things to do tomorrow, and lots of things to do tomorrow. I think the ant thing is actually for tomorrow, so don't do that ahead of time. But I think there's another article about a different animal. I forgot which one it is. But you know how I am. I forget a lot. So I had a great Christmas winter break. I hope you did too. And can't wait to see you next week. Don't forget to do your science, and we're going to start talking about social studies also. So you've got 2 subjects for me today, but it's not hard. Okay, so I'll talk to you soon, and stay curious, and don't forget to do all your work, because I am going to want to see your sheet when you come back to school next week. Okay, so have a good night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.